Hi Aquarius, welcome to my channel Maga Tarot. I'm Maga. This is your general reading for June 2017 for Sun, Moon, and Rising. If it doesn't resonate with you, give it a little time. Remember, energies are flexible. Remember, the purpose of the tarot is to serve you as a guide. The direction of your life is in your hands and you create your own future. If you need professional help, please seek it. If you want to see your personal situation, you need a private reading with me, and you can find the information about my personal readings in the box below this video, and you can also write me at magatarot11@gmail.com. Okay, Aquarius, you have I think you have a very nice reading this month, with one little exception of the Lenormand cards, but we'll get there later. So let's start with the present situation, the center of the reading. That's what's going on right now. You have the Nine of Pentacles in the upright, and this card is talking about someone who feels, this person feels like very successful, like they have everything, they have accomplished pretty much everything. It's not like they don't have any more goals in their lives, is that they feel like they're in a really good state. They're in a very good place in their lives right now. And all they really need right now is a person to share their lives with. This card is speaking of being alone. It's not like you are suffering because of this. I mean, you would like to have a partner. Yes, that would be really nice, but it's okay. If you're not desperate, you're waiting for the right person, because right here you feel like you got yourself and you got your life together, and you want someone who also has their life together. You don't need to be saved by anybody. You don't need someone to come and rescue you, and you don't want to go and having to rescue someone or fix someone. Okay, you want someone that it has fixed themselves already. Okay, so you really want someone that it's in that same state of life, let's call it that way. Someone that, again, you don't need to go and rescue this person. This person doesn't need to come and rescue, and you can wait. You're just willing to wait for that right person to come. You don't want to be with just anybody. You want that meaningful relationship with someone that shares many of the, I don't know, that shares your point of view, that shares something like in that is in that same phase of their lives as you are. The reason why we have this Nine of Pentacles here is a Three of Wands in the upright. So maybe you have a wonderful job. Maybe you've been doing great, job wise, because wands can be related to job. And this card in particular is saying that you had a lot of projects and you are now waiting for your ships to come back and return with all the goodies and all the, the wonderful stuff that, with you're waiting to see the results of your effort right here. So I think that you really accomplished something big here. Again, it could be job related, and now you feel like in your material world, you're all set. Again, you have your life together, and it could be job related. And now you're just waiting for that perfect person to come. In the distant past, you have the Four of Swords in the reversed. So you took a time off. Maybe you got hurt. Maybe you needed a break. Maybe you had been working really hard and it was just too much, and you needed a retreat. Maybe you were sick and you needed, a leave, and maybe you got your heart broken and you just needed to heal from this. Whatever it was, you took that break, and you healed and you're much better now. Well, this is in your distant past, and you decided to, okay, it's time to move on. It's time to get back to, you know, see what's out there, socialize again, um, just move on with my life. I had that break that I needed. I cried if I needed to cry. I slept if I needed to sleep, all that stuff. And now it's time to, you know, take a shower, put some nice clothes on, and, you know, go out to the world and say, here I am, and I'm ready to, fight, to battle. Whatever you throw at me, I'm ready. Now I'm strong to deal with it again. In your near past, and this is something that could have happened even as soon as yesterday, or it could be farther away in the past, but it could be something that recent. You have the Ace of Swords in the reversed. So maybe you were dealing with some sort of lack of communication. Maybe you feel like you've been trying to communicate something, but your message is not going through, mm, you know, not coming across the way that you expected. Mm, Maybe you feel like you don't have any new ideas, and you're feeling a blockage in your creativity and in your ideas. Maybe there's a blockage in communication. Maybe there are some lies here too, because the Ace of Swords is a card that speaks of the truth, and the truth being your weapon. So right here, it seems like maybe there's some lies. Maybe someone is not being completely honest. It could be you, it could be someone else. Someone is maybe not speaking their mind. Again, it could be you, it could be someone else. Or this is maybe you're saying something and people are not really getting what you're trying to say, or you feel like, I don't know, things get lost in translation here. This is a card that cuts with what's not necessary anymore, what's not serving you anymore. So maybe right here you're having issues cutting ties with something that really, like, yeah, it doesn't serve you anymore. It's not being helpful to you. It's not letting you grow as a person. It's it's not being beneficial to you, but somehow you're finding it hard to break free from this, to cut your ties from this. In your near future, you have the Five of Cups in the reversed. It's a good thing to see it in the reversed, because this is saying that you went through a period where you were feeling really sad and maybe depressed. Maybe you even lost someone. Maybe someone passed on. Mm, this is something really dear to you that you lost. Maybe it's a separation, but with this card, this person is really grieving over these three cups that this person lost. Right now, you are, you know, recovering from this sadness, from this pain. Maybe you are realizing there's still a chance here, there's still something that can be done. Um, Maybe there's a new opportunity here, or an opportunity that you didn't see before. You were so focused on what you had lost that you really didn't see that there were there were still two cups standing here. So it's good. The not so good thing is that you went through a period of pain and sorrow, and absolutely, I see it. It's right here in your distant past. You were recovering from this. But again, yeah, it seems like you are finally mending, finally realizing there's something else that you can do. If it has to do with a relationship, or and it doesn't have to be a love relationship, maybe you're realizing we can work things out. There's something there's hope here. In the distant future, you have the Ten of Wands in the upright. So I see you working really hard toward some goal that you have. Maybe maybe you work too hard, you work yourself too hard to the point of getting burned, and maybe this happened here before. Be careful with that, Aquarius, because it seems like maybe for some of you, like I said, you work too hard. Maybe you never took a sick day or a vacation or vacations at all for, like, I don't know, 3 years, 5 years, I don't know how long. And you work crazy hours until you're just, I don't know, you just can't physically and mentally do anything else anymore. And it seems like you might be doing that thing again. With this card, these are not all our burdens. These are someone else's burdens too. So it's like you're taking on um, your share and everybody else's share. You just take everything. You have to delegate. You have to let people help you and actually ask for help too. You cannot do everything yourself. With this card, you're gonna burn yourself again. You're gonna end up exhausted. The good thing with the 10 is that this is the end of the road. This is, final line, finish line. So at some point, you're gonna realize it's just too much. It's just too much, and someone else needs to come and do what they're supposed to do. I can do it. I can do it all for everybody. Someone needs to help. Something's gotta give with this card too. Okay, you're gonna realize that, and again, I see it as a good thing. Maybe you are really focused on work right now, and because you're doing really well, so you feel really excited about this and you don't want to stop. But this card is telling you, try to take an afternoon, take a Saturday off. Just try to find some time for yourself and some time just to just relax and do something fun. How you're thinking, how you're feeling. You have the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So what I see again here, it seems like for you, it's very much job related. You don't want to miss an opportunity. You feel like you can't stop working, and yes, you have to do it all because you can't trust anybody else, because only you are going to do it the right way, or only you are going to do it the way that you like it, or the way that it's supposed to be done, that kind of thing. And you feel like if you don't do everything, and if you don't give 100%, and even more if that's possible, if you don't give it all, then you're gonna miss a really good opportunity. Yes, and it seems like you see this opportunity right in front of you. Maybe you already have this opportunity. It's, I don't know, a contract, maybe it's a job offer, some project, something that is very valuable to you, and you're scared that you're gonna lose it, or maybe you're scared that you're not gonna that this is not gonna be as good as you thought it would be. It might be that you really want this. If this is a job offer, or again a project, maybe it's a bid and you want to win it, and maybe you feel like you're not gonna get it, so you have to work really hard, and it doesn't matter the price you have to pay in order to actually win this bid in your environment. And it's not something that is happening to you, but it's happening around you, so it affects you. You have the Nine of Wands in the reverse. This is someone that has said enough is enough. I fought a good fight. I'm hurt. I'm tired. I gave in my all. I have no regrets, but it's time to move on. And this is someone that felt that they got so close. They got really, really close to that finish line, and they could taste the victory, but they never really accomplished it. So it's a little sad, but on the other hand, this person is feeling like, it's time. It's just time for me to give up, and that's it. And this person has made their peace with this idea. Hopes and fears. you have the Empress. So for some of you, this is going to be the hope of getting pregnant, the hope of having a baby, or your partner getting pregnant, your partner having a baby. The hope of having abundance, lots of abundance. Why? Because, well, this is that card. This is a card that it could be a Libra or a Taurus, but it doesn't have to be. Just keep that in mind, just in case if some of you are dealing with a Taurus or a Libra. This is the card, the hope of feeling like on top of your game, in the top of the world, top of the heap, all that type of stuff. Feeling like you are that you are the empress, and this is all your riches in your land, and you own all of this. The hope of being creative, the hope of having all these plans and dreams for the future, and that they're going to take some time to develop, but that you really have all your hopes that these things are going to come to fruition. And the hope of feeling being the one and only for someone. In it could be love related, or it could be the one and only. I don't know, in the eyes of your boss, or the one and only in the world, or something like that. If you own your own company, and I don't know, you make coats, then you want to be the very best coat store in the world, or code maker. I don't know. I don't even know why I said code. But anyway, you want to be that a person that is admired, and that person that is that feels like they got everything. They really, really accomplished everything that they wanted to get or to gain. And I think some of my Aquarius here are very ambitious, because it seems like all the cards are speaking of ambition, and really wanted to get somewhere, and do something of a relevance. And I think you're gonna get it. Because what you have in your final outcome is a magician. This is a new beginning, but this is also a card that is speaking of having everything that you need to accomplish anything that you set your mind to. Everything and anything that you want and wish and dream and just desire, you can have it. You can get it. You can create it. It's all in your hands right here. And I think you feel that way already. I think you know this, and you're really confident, and that's what you're aiming toward or that's your goal. You feel like nothing's stopping you, and nothing's gonna get in your way. You feel like you are this powerful creating force, and that's what you want to do. You want to create, and grow, and just become the best that you can ever be, something like that. So it could also be speaking of a new beginning, and if this is something, whatever this is related to, but if you have this new opportunity in your life and it presents itself to you, take it, because this card is saying you're going to be successful. And don't doubt, although I don't think you have any doubts about that, but don't have any doubts that you're not going to make it, or you're going to lack something, or it's not going to go your way, because none of that is true. Yes, it's going to go your way, and yes, you're going to have all the resources, everything that you need to know, anything that you need to have to accomplish this, you got it. Now the Lenormand cards, which seem to be speaking of a completely different thing. You got the dog, the death, and the tree. I don't usually talk about death here, or health, because I feel, and I think both things are, very, very delicate, and it's just not. I don't like dealing with that. I think health should be something that you go and see the doctor to solve that, and anything that has to do with death, it's just too delicate. But right here, I can help but to say what I'm seeing. And it seems like there's going to be a good friend of yours, someone very loyal to you that might pass on soon or might have already passed on. Someone here is in a very could be having a lot of health issues here, in a very delicate state. I'm sorry if that's the case. That's what, pretty much to me, that's what Lenormand's saying here, because this is health. And this is something that has to die, and it doesn't have to be a physical death. But right next to health, and this is a very loyal person to you, a dear friend. I hope this doesn't resonate with anyone here, to be honest. What we have for the romance angel cards, you have attraction and calling in your soulmate. Pretty much is the same message. This is saying you are calling in your soulmate and you attract this person. How? Well, by the law of attraction. With the attraction thing, it's like everything you set your mind into, that's where you're gonna get. So if you think today's gonna be a great day, even if bad things happen to you, you're gonna see them through that veil of today's gonna be a great day, through that attitude of today's gonna be a great day. And they're probably gonna be less bad, or you're going to perceive them as less harmful or less terrible, because you have this attitude, than if you had decided like today's going to be an awful day. So when you say today's going to be an awful day, then everything really seems like it's worse. It's just awful, pretty much. So this is what this attraction card is saying, that you you create your own reality. Sometimes the world is not the way it is, but how we see it and how we think reality is. So you are calling in this special person to you, this soulmate, this partner that you don't have right here. And you're waiting on this person, you're waiting for this person, and this is pretty much saying yes, with everything that you're doing and everything that you're setting your mind into. This person's gonna come, and I'm waiting for the right person, and all that attitude. This is how this person is gonna come into your life. By you keeping this positive attitude, this just a mindset of being sure and being certain that the right person is gonna come your way, and that you just have to just be there, waiting, and not waiting in a passive way. It's kind of tricky. You want to wait for the person to come, and at the same time, you don't want to be just sitting there not doing anything, but you don't want to push it, and you don't want to be controlling, because that also doesn't help. So I think you're on the right track here. You're attracting this person just by being yourself and working on yourself, and just expecting that the right person is gonna come your way, and they will. Okay, so keep doing whatever it is that you're doing. Just be a little careful here. Don't work yourself to the point of really being exhausted. Okay, take a break whenever you need it. Your advice from the Major Arcana is the Death card. This is the card of Scorpio, so some of you might have a Scorpio friend, a Scorpio family member. I don't know, maybe they have an important message to you. Maybe they're gonna be helpful in some way, somehow. this card is saying that there is something in your life that is not serving you anymore. There's a phase, there's something that has to end. And the best thing that you can do is to let it go and try to heal from that and move on. If you cling to this, it's going to be a lot more painful, and it's going to be much harder for you to just move on with your life and have a new beginning. So whatever this is, Aquarius, that you're dealing with right now, that you know that you have to let it go, just let it go. And let it go, let it flow. And the death card, it's always painful and it's always hard. And we don't like these changes because this is also a card that is speaking of transformation. In transformation, it's like a change that it's quite a big deal. You're never going to be the same person again. So let's say you're single and you're going to get married. If you get married, that's a big transformation. You're never going to be single again. You're going to be a widow or a widower, or you're going to be divorced. But, and I know we call it single, but you're not going to be single again. That's not the right term. The right term would be, again, a divorced or a divorcee or whatever, a widow, widower, not single. This is like, you graduate from college and, from high school. That would be a better example. You really are never going to get back to high school. You're going to keep moving on. You're never going to graduate again from preschool, right? So you need to close this door behind you. You need to let this phase go in order to have a new beginning, because what comes after death, it's a resurrection, it's a new beginning, it's a new life, and it's a much better, much beautiful, much fulfilling life. It's just that it's hard to let go, it's hard to move on, and I understand. But this card is saying there are changes going on in your life and you have to accept them and go with the flow. Don't fight them. There are transformations going on in your life. Again, go with the flow, don't fight them. So Aquarius, this is all I have for you. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I really wish you all the best. I think you're gonna accomplish really great things here, especially if this has something to do with job and money and all those material things. Just remember to take an afternoon off or a day off or some vacation and just try to relax. Delegate. You don't have to do it all yourself. Trust me, you don't. You're gonna be successful. And I hope you find this soulmate really soon. You finally attract this person. And if some of you are dealing with the loss of someone very dear to you, again, I'm really sorry. But we're all gonna see each other sooner or later. I know that's no consolation, but it's like the best that I can tell you. Thank you so much again. Many, many hugs, many, many blessings.